Microphone check one, two. Hey guys, welcome. It's Wednesday. So if it's Wednesday on the Brothers of Steel, you know it's all about game talk. And tonight, stuff, we have a wonderful game talk. Well, should I say a very this is going to be an interesting game talk. The topic for tonight is, of course, is Black Ops 4, and we have the man himself. We have Frederick, and of course Forsaken, the two main men in game talk. So you guys there?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, so we're ready for them tonight. And let me just say this officially before we start the stream. We did in well, no, Frederick will say that, but I'll just say it again. Yeah, yeah. We did invite people who play Call of Duty Black Ops. We said, hey, come on the stream and basically say what you like about the game and stuff like that because we have a lot of issues with it and we're hoping to find the COD players, but we haven't seen anyone and no one in the Brothers of Steel has stepped up to the plate to defend COD. So there, I started off.
That's right.
I'm here.
For the past week, I believe, Fred, we've been trying to get people to come out to defend Call of Duty.
It's been 2 weeks really and truly. I've been messaging the Brothers of Steel members who, enjoy Call of Duty for the longest while. They have always been saying that they love the franchise, they love the games. But I sent out the invitation, as you all know, on our last game talk discussion when we were talking about No Man's Sky. And as you can see here, just like normally what they do in the game, and they don't show their faces. So no wonder players are not the balls. So let's just start this discussion. I think Forsaken, you will want to take charge and take lead.
Oh yeah. At the end of the day, let's before we go into bashing Call of Duty, as they'll say, because we're biased and we're fanboys and stuff. Let's go back to a bit in revision history. Call of Duty was first released for Windows on October 29, 2003. It was made by Infinity Ward, one of the best company that ever developed the game, I find personally. After that, Call of Duty came to console, Duty Finest Star, which also provided our first ever taste of online FPS action with 32-man online multiplayer. But personally, I first got into the online scene in Call of Duty with Black Ops, which I find is the last great Call of Duty. I remember it was being launched with Call of Duty Elite, which was it had a premium subscription service, but it also provided you with your stats on how you did through the game, your clans and all this stuff, so you could organize and get ready for tournaments and stuff. It was like the first great taste into console esports in my book. The only problem it had was like the premium service where you had to pay like $50, I think, to get the video content, which would be tips and stuff from other pro players and streamers, which was kind of lame. But after that, Call of Duty basically went downhill in my book. The games didn't really come with much more improvement. It's basically a reskin. The maps were already close-spaced, and they tried their best to expand on it with Ghost, which was a serious failure. Then they went with the futuristic action, and it was really disappointing to see COD fall from its grace. And they tried to come back with their World War II, which came out last year, but I wasn't really much of a fan because it's not what we wanted, I should say. But Fred, I'm going to give the floor back to you so you could give your opinion here.
Alright, so do I have the full floor or would I have to hand it back over to you? I just want to know. Because you see, when I start, I'm not going to stop. Because to me, Call of Duty is a game. And gaming is my passion. And I love to game. And I think that as gamers, we need to look out for each other. And I cannot stand why gamers will waste their money on a franchise such as Call of Duty. So I'm gonna basically start it off by saying this, right? Now you, Jonathan, you were a professional COD player because you actually participated in tournaments. Yes? Yes.
Yep.
So
Few tournaments.
therefore, casual Call of Duty player. You're a hardcore player where you would have practiced, taken days, time, or many hours of the day to actually practice and better your skill. Right? You no longer play Call of Duty. Because why? Call of Duty has not changed over the years. Now many people will be like, oh how that is not true. No, I'm gonna break this down, and I'm gonna break this down to that a baby can understand. Change is not introducing a different team. That does not change. So Infinite Warfare, sorry, Black Ops 3, World War 2, those are not changes. I don't class that as changes. You know why? Because it's the same gameplay over and over. What do I mean by that? Same map designs, basically, 3 lanes. Despite whatever you're saying that it has branches and it has different ways where you can hide and cover, no, it's the same close quarter combat gameplay. No way is that change, right? Call of Duty, and I find this rather strange for a big company and developers. Infinity War.
Yep. Infinity Ward.
Sorry. Sledgehammer and what's the other one again?
Freya.
Right? These are 3 big developer companies, right? And supposedly you take 3 years to develop your game. Now I will come back to that and show you how that's false. And for COD fanboys who actually believe that, you guys need to actually get like a brain and truly, right? You are big developer companies and you all produce games that look and feel repetitive every single year. Why am I going to be spending $60 to be playing the same game every single year, just in a different team? Right? The 3 years that every COD fanboy will always tell me, right? Every Call of Duty fanboy will be like, oh, it's not like Battlefield. There's 3 developers and they take 3 years. It's a 3-year cycle to develop a game. My whole response is this. When a game like Call of Duty releases, it releases for a year, right? Basically, it's supposed to have a year on the market, right? Within that same year, you're supposedly dropping new content. When you drop new content, you have to fix, right? When you launch a game, you have to fix bugs. So basically, a developer team such as whoever, right, will spend about a whole year just basically and introduce new content to their game. So that's your full year right there. So obviously, you didn't start 3 years to develop a game. You spent that first year in your bugs, right?
No, I am agreeing with you. It's just we had remember that most companies, especially big companies like them, would probably allocate a separate division, to deal with bugs and content and stuff. So we had to get props. They might literally actually be 3 years with a separate development team working on the next game.
And the reason why I don't think so is because the intro, as we all know, has no campaign. So you had 3 years, right, from Black Ops 3 to work on your game, but you came within the last, and within those 2 years, you're throwing the release trailer for Black Ops 4. You then come out and say that there will be no campaign, but instead there will be a battle royale mode, which, mind you, popular within not even a full year as yet, right? It hasn't been a full year that the battle royale game mode has become popular, and therefore you had 2 years out of your 3 to actually piece together a game that has a campaign, but there's no campaign, and instead of favor for a game mode that is only now become popular, and that may be also now that. you out on your 3 years of
I know it.
development. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, because Fred did. I don't know what's going on with your mic, but in between you're kind of breaking up. But I guess what generally you're trying to point out to people is the fact that Call of Duty Black Ops 4, as many of you all know, will no longer be included in a campaign. And to pay $60 for just the multiplayer content, which basically is a glorified DLC for Black Ops 3, doesn't seem right. Because it's the same thing that I want to point out to you guys, Metal Gear Survive got a lot of hate for, because remember, Metal Gear Survive is basically built on the same engine that Metal Gear Solid 5 was made with, and felt like an expensive DLC, although it was only $40 for it. In comparison, you're going to pay a full $60 for Black Ops 4, and you're only going to get the multiplayer content. You'll be getting the zombie mode, which they've been hyping up, and most likely probably will be the story content you're going to get for the game. And they're building on the hype of, we all know, the last man standing, survival content, battle royale feature that almost every single first-person shooter is going through the phase right now. I want to wait, Fred. You'll get your turn, Fred. I'll let you talk for a while. Give him a turn. Chill.
Wow,
Chill.
I asked if I was getting the floor in.
You can't get the whole floor. You have to chill. Be responsible. Give him a time to talk.
Alright, fine.
I was thinking of what I was going to talk about.
Okay, well, if you forget, can I...
We also have to remember, Fred. We also have to remember, guys, that first-person shooters, they are not much different if you do to a first-person shooter game. I know this is some of the defenses people come with, and as the COD boys aren't here, I'm going to be the one defending for you guys. So let's start off with the first point that Fred was talking about, which was maps, which basically are the same format. From the bare bones, Call of Duty multiplayer has always been the same. It's always been a close quarters combat game, while its major competitor, Battlefield, arguably the better game. In my book, not many people's book, focuses on open combat, wide open space combat, where you're across large maps, 64 players, 32 versus 32, where you use different vehicles to traverse this large area, use tactical positioning, snipers, so-called camping by Call of Duty players. As I tell people, it's tactical positioning. In real life, no sniper is going to run out in the open and try to shoot people with a no-scope or a 360 no-scope. Come on, man. Those trick shots only work in games. And Battlefield is not a forgiving game for that. Somebody will most likely snipe you when you bend the corner, which is where
can't even do
it's
that.
completely different.
Six.
Yeah, as a better corner, you most probably be shot. But let's not go there right now. We're talking about is Call of Duty Black Ops 2. So I could kind of forgive them for keeping the maps close quarters. And Fred pointed out, it's still the same 3-lane content where, you know, there are shortcuts and route through it, but they try to keep the map small and to keep the content fast-paced, because that is what it's become. It's no longer about tactics, it's about skill. It's about the one player being able to wipe a whole squad with a faster reaction time and, you know, all the sort of stuff. So it's no longer about teamwork, although they say teamwork, say that they play team. It's about one player who's skilled enough to wipe out everybody else before they can wipe out your team. And that's usually who decides whoever wins a match in Black Ops, in Call of Duty on the whole. Next, Fred pointed out the development cycle. It's important to note that Call of Duty is developed by more than one company, and each company brings out their own game within a specific timeline. I think they're trying their best not to longer follow the yearly release, learning that they're not getting enough time to build up proper content. But Call of Duty doesn't feel, I can't give them this one, it does not feel like a new game. It feels like they literally just reskin Black Ops 3, you know, update the graphics, put on new skins on the guns and stuff, but it's the same exact gameplay, a few tweaks here and there. Not enough to justify paying the full $60, enough to say it's a glorified DLC. And I will use that term a lot, glorified DLC, because that's what I would term Black Ops right now. It's Black Ops 4, it's a glorified DLC. Come on, guys. It's just multiplayer. There's no story content. And you pay full price for a game for the single player content, much as you'd like to believe that it's multiplayer, you're going to play majority of the time. It's a single player content where you actually learn the game. Jumping into multiplayer and playing tutorial doesn't really affect much. You're going to have to play against people to get better. And last but not least, actually that's it, because I covered the teams earlier, the reskins earlier. But it's just a disgrace for what they did with this game. I mean, I had so much fun with it. I'm giving you the floor.
I have the floor?
For a while.
Okay, cool. Now just to answer one question from Dr. Ligma. He asked if the beta is out. Well, the beta was this weekend. I should also address. Wow! Pre-order this game in order to play this beta. Oh, I am...
Fred, you might kind of shifted in between.
What, do you want to repeat myself? Because I can repeat myself.
Yeah, repeat yourself, because you're kind of cut off in between with your mic.
Alright. I don't know what is causing that. However, to answer Dr. Ligma's question, big up Dr. Ligma, was out this week. Did I play the beta? No, I... Why? You have to pre-order the game to get an access code for a closed beta. Again, I don't know. I'm quite skeptical about pre-ordering past few years, especially since I was most disappointed was Battlefront 2. I pre-ordered that game and I was disappointed, right? Bias, I support the Battlefield 5. I pre-order Battlefield 5? No, I have not. So, because why? I'm waiting for the open release this September in order for me to actually play a piece of the game to know what I'm getting. Again, to play in a beta where you don't know what you're getting and what you will receive in this be, to me is like you're just giving away $60 and you're wasting $60 at the same time. I mean, I have one friend, he does this. He orders the game from off of Amazon. So when he gets the bit, he will then delete or cancel the pre-order because charge a card and so obviously he's buying, let's say, a physical copy. Order my games and I buy my games off of the PlayStation Store. If I spend this Call of Duty game to even get access to the beta, I'm wasting $60. I'm not going to play the game. So again, paying money for a beta to then play the game, and if the beta sucks, we obviously know that there's not much you can do to really fix the game in time for launch. Call of Duty is launching earlier than usual, and we need to take note of that. You see, and so far, I know I have watched a lot of people play the game. I'm not impressed, and many of my beta the franchise have came back and told me, yo, Fred, yeah, it's a waste of time. Like, it sucks because Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Let's address their battle royale game mode, right? Because everybody might say, oh, how I just said that Call of Duty doesn't change, and they're introducing this Black Ops Blackout, which is supposed to be Call of Duty's whole battle royale game mode, right? To them is this: if you're now speakers, alright, and opening your map to no, we don't even know how much people will be playing on this battle royale style game mode also, right? We don't have much information, but let's just say you're opening your map to support a larger audience, larger player base, right? Why you couldn't have done this a while back? Adding vehicles to your game, changing up and making it open
Yeah,
like bigger, right? Why?
not
Because then a
happening.
lot of people will be like, that will be like Battlefield. No, it won't be like Battlefield because it will be an open game, like a big map game with Call of Duty characters and Call of Duty playstyle. You can still have that, whatever,
No way.
the Call of Duty, but it will be open. It will have more players, and you have use of vehicles. If you're not vehicles, then why did you not do this years ago? Why did you not do this with World War II? Make me in playing World War II, right? On Call of Duty. Only now, recent, I think they introduced this type of game mode where you could actually control the planes in World War II. I can't remember the game mode right now, but even that shows, yo, why wait now? Try to change and actually implement things, right? And make a game feel than a repetitive game that we keep getting year around and we're paying $60 for. Note also that you have to buy, there is the talk and the frustration from the community about this battle pass. Basically, it comes like if you want to get access to like, so to say, content, you're basically going to be spending 110. So it's like the base game plus. So that's $110, right? I'm not sure. So I'm paying $110, really? And that I don't have much information on. The Battle Royale will be. That is their supposed hype. The beta, everybody was because it doesn't flow, it doesn't work. Why? Call of Duty now, they're saying that they rely on specialists. They have specialists that have different abilities, right? With each specialist, you can have an enjoyable game. So, in other words, Rainbow Six Siege, anyone? Overwatch, anyone? It sounds similar. But why does Rainbow Six Siege and Overwatch are quite successful, and you can actually go along with the specialist abilities in those games? Why? Because they have just one target. See, again, did not game style. So if normal matches like domination or it kind of like capture the flag, but the control point kind of, right? How can specialists while trying to over and over? How does that work? Then it doesn't mean that everybody is like you by yourself. It's basically solo player. It's just you, one specialist, and I rely on my abilities. So then, therefore, I'm not working with my team. There's no team play, team effort involved. So again, dying. Black Ops 4 to me didn't look like it took 3 years in development. I'm sorry to say. What was the last Call of Duty game that I played? Modern Warfare. Because I was fed up of the repetitive bullcrap that we were every single year around. It was because you didn't know any better, and it wasn't even your money. Ask you what you want. Hey, I want Call of Duty. She go game. You're a working man now. Every cent counts. So why am I gonna be wasting $60 every single year for the same game? A lot of people will be like, oh, how Battlefield 5 seems like a reskin of Battlefield 1. Say, visually, sure, but gameplay and game content wise, hell no. You know what Battlefield does? They take what is working and they add on to it. You know what Battlefield did right for Battlefield 1? They a new game mode, operations. I love operations. That's not gonna play conquest per se, right? So what is Battlefield 5 getting? Grand operations. Operations, but improved. Not just being one battle. It's like a 4-day cycle. So it's like, yo, you're making, adding onto it. That is development. Is Call of Duty doing that? No, you have the same game, same design year round, and again, people still buy this game. I don't know why and what to understand, like, you people want them to change, you gotta stop buying the game, right? The developers and the community, they don't. They said, oh, how they listen with World War II, they're going back boots on the ground. What? World War II is not even fun. What if when they complain about matchmaking and even like, yo, people just shotguns overpowered, this, that, the other. How is that fun? The sniping mechanics doesn't even make sense to me because, yo, it's hitbox. So it's not even to say that somebody sniping is actually hitting the character. We all know, and we call out Call of Duty on their hitbox registration already. It's basically a big, well, rectangle around the player that if you actually get the kill. But you actually have to hit the person. So, I'm not here to say that Battlefield is a better game. I'm here to say, like, yo, enough is enough. If you want Call of Duty to be back on top the way that it was once before, then you gotta change the system. Call of Duty needs to stop with their yearly releases. Battlefield doesn't even release yearly anymore, if people only realize that, right? Battlefield releases a new game every 2 years. If Call of Duty can do that, I don't want to hear, well, I mean, the technically is like a game every year because it's the yo, no, I'm talking about take some time and a game that I want to play. Alright? You want to get like with game Call of Duty that they had brought out. What was the remaster they had do? Jonathan?
Which remastered?
When they had released Infinite Warfare, they did a remaster.
Oh, World at War?
No, it wasn't World at War. It was help me down in the comments. Basically.
Oh wait, Modern Warfare.
Yeah, Modern Warfare remaster. Oh, you gotta buy in order for you to play the remastered version, and we're not gonna
Oh yeah, that was a lot of backlash.
We're not gonna sell the remastered version separately. Months later, oh well, now you can actually buy the remastered version separately. Again, people still like fall for it. We gotta stop, right? All money is precious now. Basically, as gamers, how many games do you buy in a year? You buy a lot of games, right? I buy. So I know that I don't want to be wasting and spending money and go and pick up a game. I did that with Battlefront 2, and I was most disappointed. I'm pissed with myself even up to this day. So I don't want to see gamers make that same mistake. But every single time I talk to a Call of Duty player, it's like, yo, are you seeing what you're getting? Are you following the development of this game? Are you seeing change? No. This game, where in 2018 has the same kind of graphics like from back in 2015. Why can you not improve on your engine? So you can't tell me, oh, the game visually looks like, yo, and we all know by now graphics don't even make a game, it's gameplay. So if your gameplay is not up to par, then up to par. So I just want to know, the players support this game, and again, invitation, and no, none of the Call of Duty fanboys and they were able to come and respond to the invitation, knowing that they had 2 months to prepare for this discussion. I just wanted to find out why you like the game, you know, basically. But again, nobody's here to convince me as to why they like the game and why I should buy the game. So again, I will, because call me biased if you want, but I don't really care, because I'm not seeing improvement. I'm not seeing anything new in this game. Nothing works in this game the way that they make it come across and seem. So until I see something new, I mean, I had high hopes for World War II, and what did I see? I saw the beta, and what was obviously what was in the game? Disappointment. World War II, I was going to, but I saved my money because why? It looked like trash. The maps look depressing. All Call of Duty maps look depressing. The gameplay is depressing. It doesn't make sense. Complaints over the beta over the weekend were frame for server issues, finding matchmaking, as well as some of the players like bunny hopping. So let's say game mechanics, gun balances, it wasn't balanced. One specialist was obviously overpowered than the others. So again, we were seeing where once if you just get that one specialist, if you're quick enough to lock in for that one specialist, then you can dump. What is the sense of playing the other specialist if that one specialist were racking all the kills? Because I mean, I think that is what Call of Duty players and they play for. You understand what I'm saying? So tell me, what is this game for? Why should I buy this game? Please convince me. Tell me, why should I invest $60 in this game? Because when you look at it, it doesn't make sense. You're wasting your money. So yeah.
Okay, it's back to me again. That was a bit of Fred, being Fred, not seeing the beauty of the game. So once again, it's my turn to go into my analysis. Call of Duty over the years, as I pointed out, seems like a serious reskin of something that was once great and is trying to get back to its roots of being great. At its height, Call of Duty was one of the best close quarters combat game ever. Now it's more of a fast-paced, it's still close quarters action, but it's more fast-paced and focusing on skill, which have to say that's how the world's going, especially with games becoming more esport oriented and focusing on esports. High skilled players doing high skilled tricks, 360 no scope, all those different trick shots. Bouncing, accenting off the wall, because I think the Tomahawk returns. I'm not sure, I have to check, but you're asking yourself, is Black Ops 4 worth it? In my book, if you're a guy, you enjoy the close quarters combat game, which is what most COD fanboys like and enjoy, and most general gamers, especially kids, which is why most people say COD fanboys are kids, enjoy playing, is to, beat your friends on them and beat them quick. You don't want to be spending 15, 30, 20, 45 minutes in a match like most other games. You want to finish the match in like 5, 10, rack up the kills, beat these guys, move on your way, get to the next match. When you go into the tournaments and the esports, although it's a team thing, as I pointed out, it's more of a one-person carry an entire team style format instead. And this is what Call of Duty has become. It's no longer about tactical positioning and stuff like that, because if you stay in a spot too long, in a room too long, the term most COD players will tell you is that you're a camper. And Call of Duty is not a game for the so-called campers. It's more of a fast-paced run into a room, shoot left, right, center, get everybody killed, move along. I really miss the usual game modes of not capture the flag, but demolition, which was the go and defuse the bombs and stuff. Stealth action, move with your team was actually more coordinated that way. Call of Duty has now become more focused on the deathmatch style and the last man standing. So much so that it's now going to ride on the hype of the Battle Royale franchise in order to sell itself, especially for the $60. And I don't know if you all realize, if you don't buy the entire season pass, you're not going to get the additional content separate. They have clearly pointed out that you cannot buy each DLC. You have to pay the full price for the entire DLC package or none at all.
$50.
Well, that's why I usually end up spending $100 to $110 for the Prestige edition. I don't know, I have to check if it's Elite or Prestige they call it. But as I pointed out, I don't think it should be priced that high, especially considering you will no longer be getting single player content. So there's like no story mission or anything to follow up. It's all about the multiplayer. And I get it, because you spend like 5, maybe 10 hours playing the story content if it's so long. And then you dive into multiplayer for hundreds of hours, because that's basically the repeated content that's going to get you into the game. And I think for most people, it's their cup of tea. Fast-paced combat, high skill, no real team play, all about getting the kills. That's it. No objectives, none of this nonsense. Just racking up the kills to prove you're the best and keeping your KD above 1, preferably 2, maybe 4, maybe 16. You never know what they want. Is Call of Duty 4 worth it? If you're a fan of fast-paced combat, as I pointed out, if you love that the game hasn't really changed much over the year, just a few reskin here and there, the additional content of armor, I believe, is added to the game. If you want this, and this is what you're looking for in Call of Duty, with the removal of the wall jumps and all this high-paced futuristic action, then yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is for you. But if you're a lover of FPS and you're looking for more open play combat, story, tactical play, complete teammates and stuff, then you're not really looking for Call of Duty 4 Black Ops, you're looking for something else. I think the biggest selling point of Call of Duty 4 will most likely be the new zombie content, because that is actually where the co-op features are going to come in, where you're going to team up with your friends and you're going to try to survive as long as you could possibly survive. You're going to get a little story content in it, because it usually has its own story content in it. And you're going to get the Battle Royale. And I think as far as realistic Battle Royale is going to go, before Battlefield comes and throws them out of the water. And we all know that's basically why they're releasing Call of Duty Black Ops 4 earlier on, because they no longer want to compete directly with Battlefield. They're going to instead share the market. They're going to focus on releasing earlier on to get their share of buyers, and then still give time for people who are going to buy Battlefield and get their same share. They're not going to end up like a great game that got killed off, which was Titanfall. That was a great Titanfall 2 was unfortunately released in the same time as Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty, and it died. It was a great game, but it died simply because of the fact it was competing with these two giants. And after the success of Battlefield 1, although many people called it a COD killer, it did not kill COD, because let's face it, Call of Duty has one of the closest, tightest, largest fan base out. It will definitely always sell a certain amount of copies, because their fans are going to come back to play. We have the pro players who will be competing year after year, and they will have the fans who will be following them and trying to reach their level. So
again, just showing that change if we support. But anyway,
yeah, because at the end of the day, we're just here, Fred. We're not gonna bash Call of Duty completely, because you can't have one side of an argument without anybody else here, and it would be really love to have somebody to come out and defend Call of Duty.
That they didn't want to be here. That's not my fault. That's not my problem. You could have come out and defend the game. They could have. It could have been 3 versus me. It could have been 4 versus me. I don't care. Come out and show and support the game. And by them not being here, it just basically shows that they don't have any faith in the game. So why? Why do it? Call of Duty
Or it could be they just don't want to hear your voice.
That's fun. Hear my voice, you can type it. Chat, yo. Send me a message. But like, do something. Come on, support the game. But you can't support the game. You're supporting nonsense. Year after year, every single year. It's fire, and you don't even say no. Don't go and touch it. You just leave the channel and get burned. Really? That's what.
It's not really a burn.
They don't care. No, you're gonna get burned. You're gonna let the channel get burned. And that's what Activision does every single year. They don't care us. They don't care about their player base. You know why? They just want to make money.
Yes, they are really about making money, Fred, but you have to remember, that is what large publishers are out to do, make money. And unfortunately, as much as we or many other people are going to point out how bad the game is, at the end of the day, Call of Duty sells. It's one of the top selling games out for a reason.
The day Call of Duty will become people and they actually have enough. When professional players and they like you just realize, oh, this is not making sense. I'm not having fun. I had a die-hard Call of Duty player sell all his Call of Duty games. And I laughed and I was like, yo, why are you selling it? I thought like you love the game. He's like, dog, I reached max prestige and it's boring. Like I'm done. And I'm like, oh wow, you really and truly? He's like, yeah man, you're right, it's repetitive. There's no prestige. What else is there to do? Exactly. Why are you spending money on a game that then you reach max prestige? You put in like what, 100 something hours, 200 something hours, and it's like you get your game because it's not fun. It's the same old. Why am I paying money for the same old when I could just keep one copy of the same old and just play that? Yeah, that to me that's my style to feel for, because yo, it's modern day. Why would somebody play Battlefield 1? Because it's World War One. Games.
Well, Fred, you point out to the repetition, and this is something I pointed out to Max and a lot of people for, and I've hit a lot of reviewers and them about it. And I'll probably touch on it again with Max. We tend to always get back to this point. Repetition. In video games, we talk about repetition, Fred. But Fred, we must remember there's a limited capacity in how much you can do in one single game. And multiplayer games, especially games where you play against other people, are the biggest, contributors to the idea of repetition. You can't help it because it's first-person shooter. There's only so much you can do in a first-person shooter, especially in a game like Call of Duty, where you try to limit the content, because I think Black Ops is like a slightly futuristic setting. Black Ops 4, it's not like Advanced Warfare where they had much more high-tech content and stuff. There's only so much they could add to it. It's a small close-quarters map. After about maybe 4 or 5 hours, you basically play it over and understand the entire map for each one of the maps they have in the game. But that's what Call of Duty is all about. It's basically about, it's just about killing. It's not really about anything else. It's about showing you off your high skill to take out opponents and gain bragging rights to say, hey, I'm better than you. I killed you so much time. I've killed so much people.
I wouldn't even say that. Like, Call of Duty now has taken away the skill gap. There's no longer skill required to play Call of Duty. They go 20 and 0 for one game and die nil, get 0 kills and die 20 times the next game. It's all random. There's no fixed meta. There's no required anymore. Why so like yo, that you can't tell me that the game is for like skill, yo. Like if you're skillful you can get kills. Like no, you can just pick up the game and just shoot your gun all over and get a kill and be like, oh I kill. Look at me, mom, look at me, I got 1 kill. Really that's
well,
I can no longer go back and play that. I'm so sorry. I can't support that. Again, this battle royale mode that they want to implement, sure, that's something new. But my whole take again is, why are you waiting now to try to implement these elements when you could have long ago in previous titles? You understand? Are you gonna keep this now and moving forward? Are your other games gonna come out with this kind of gameplay minus the whole battle royale game mode? Still be able to control vehicles in larger maps. Like, I mean, it may sound like I'm asking for Battlefield, asking for something, a change. All Call of Duty players and they complain about, yo, the maps are so big. That's why Ghost to me was a good Call of Duty.
No, never. Sacrilegious.
No, it
as somebody who played Call a lot, and I might probably pick up. I won't pick up 4. I'll probably take my friend's 4, but Black Ops 4. I'll probably take his own and play it. But Call of Duty Ghost was sacrilegious. It was a very poor attempt to capitalize on larger maps in order to compete with Battlefield. Call of Duty should stay in its arena.
No, you see, that's the whole thing. It could have been properly done. You gotta up your player base. I don't want to be repeating over. I don't want to be killing the same guys over and over. Yo, like
it's multiplayer gonna be killing the same guys over and over.
Yeah, but yo, like, give them.
Can I ask a question here?
Oh.
Let me just pause the music here for a sec. From a total casual gamer perspective, what I'm asking is, isn't Battlefield 1 the same thing? When you just never just get repetitive? It's the same point I'm forsaken was saying about repetitiveness. We talked about it so much
Not
time.
necessarily.
How so?
Fred's a fanboy, so Fred can't talk.
Yeah, it's the same thing. You reach a certain level in Battlefield 1 and that's it.
The main difference that Battlefield, I'm not gonna fanboy it here, I'm gonna say it here. The main difference between Battlefield and Call of Duty is the prestige cap in Call of Duty is fixed. While in Battlefield, usually whenever there's a new content or an update or an expansion, they usually they not only increase the cap, they add new weapons to unlock, they add new badges, and I remember the last DLC I played in Battlefield 1, they also added the new skills or something, Fred. What was it called? You know, where you could get the different medic packs and stuff like that.
What?
You know, when you was playing Battlefield 1 the other day, they had some new content and thing out to unlock the guns. You know, they had the different goals to accomplish, getting new weapons and stuff.
They made unlocking weapons fun and interesting because you have to and get weapons, various amount of kills for each weapon and all that, different gadgets you have to use and all that. So they're taking what is in the game and utilizing it. You understand? All the weapons unlocked. Some was challenging, some was different.
Annoying.
I mean, like. Yeah, I mean, trying to shoot a plane down with an LMG, that wasn't easy. But I did it. Ain't gonna do it again. But yeah, but even that, it still gives something fresh. Well, okay, you played all the maps, you played all of. Why would I continue? Because, like, no one match plays all the same. There's no same like one outcome and all that. You can flank on different areas sometimes do the matchmaking.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing. We kind of I wanted to point out and I wanted to show. By the way, sub Jimmy Brown, nice to have you on stream. It's what I was saying and pointing out all along, Fred. It's Call of Duty is all about fast-paced, close quarters combat. In comparison, Battlefield is about open tactical, as close to realistic it could get with a first-person shooter without taking away the fun and sort of fast-paced combat from it. Because at the same time, in Battlefield, you have vehicles, you hide behind walls and stuff, you use positioning, you got friends with different classes, 4 main classes usually. And it's not a game where people fault you for using tactical positioning, aka camping. No, you're a sniper. Your job is to be. No, Fred. We're not talking about how we play. We're talking about in general. Snipers are usually supposed to cover someone's back, and that's what you're supposed to do when you're playing the game. In comparison, in Call of Duty, snipers are more about high skill, although you pointed out that they removed the skill from it. I don't know. I haven't played any Call of Duty recently, so I don't know if it's now once you have a sniper rifle, you shoot anywhere in the body and they die, or is it back to where you know you need to pull off a headshot, and it's a fast-paced headshot kill to finish off someone. I don't know if it's like that now in Call of Duty. If it's like that, it's the skill cap.
He was actually behind the bus, and somebody missed with the sniper rifle, but still hit him. So basically, again, it's all about a hitbox. You can't tell me that I was behind a bus and you missed your already made it behind the bus. That's bullshit. I'm calling you out on your BS.
That's either due to lag or a ridiculous size hitbox.
Hitbox is large, yo. That's what Call of Duty is.
Wait, was that hit with scope or without scope?
It was with
If it was with scope and you pass behind a bus and they still hit you, that was definitely lag. By the way, oh my god, I do not want to pronounce your name. Abdullah's yeah, the open beta is this Friday. It starts at 10 PT. I hope you already pre-ordered the game if you want to play the beta, and I'd love to have you back to give you your feedback on what you think about the game from your personal experience. But at the end of the day, we're coming to the end of our stream.
I am playing that shit.
Yeah, we're coming to the end of our stream, and we're getting back to the point. I kind of pointed at it earlier, and for those of you who are not joining us, I'm going to hit it again. So
it's Black Ops 4 beta. I mean, the first beta for PlayStation. So this is why we're talking about it. And we have the title as Is It With It, but you know, back on the first beta that was this weekend, you can say Is It Worth It this weekend, or was it worth it? However you wanna, it was all Black Ops 4 worth it at the end of the
I'm going to
the
Fred, stop being biased. I'm gonna hit you guys with this. I'll definitely find a way to get a copy, and I will try. What? Yeah, code. Fred, you need to play the beta. You have to play the beta.
Sure, but I was like, dog, you waste your. I sell that code. Like really, like yo, I give that code away. I'm so sorry. I mean, okay, if people want, I can try and give the code again for this weekend and stream, no? I die plenty. Who knows? I might get that's up.
He'll definitely die plenty. He cannot. Fred can't play fast combat, guys. I'm talking about from somebody who played with him. I've taught Fred how to be a sniper, and now he's showing off that he's better than me because I stopped playing for a while.
Hold me, dog. I was busting all time.
Yeah, that's pretty much a lie. So, Call of Duty is Call of Duty.
I have a video proof in it, just saying.
You have a video of when I stopped playing and I came back on and killed me twice.
No, you didn't kill my dog. You
Fred. This is, you see, guys. This is what this banter we have here. This is basically what makes Call of Duty a great game. The banter of I killed you. While in Call of Duty, one-on-one and stuff is fun to kill a teammate, and maybe in a squad match it's fun to kill them too. Battlefield takes it to a whole new level, and we're not talking about Battlefield here much because we're still dealing with its Call of Duty with it, so we have to compare to Battlefield in a sense. But it's a larger player base to find someone and kill them, and it has a serious skill cap. And we're here, and Fred has pointed out, the skill's been removed. I don't think you can remove that much from a Black Ops game because from a Call of Duty game, because at the end of the day, a better skilled player is still going to play better than anybody else. It doesn't matter what they do to limit it. Except if maybe, you know, there are cheats in the code of the game to allow for new players to have higher damage shots than current players, to give them like the sense like I could actually kill somebody. But is Black Ops 4 worth it? We have to see the content. I will not advise anybody to pre-order it though, unless you enjoy Black Ops, you enjoyed the last Black Ops, which was World War. If you enjoyed that one, then yeah, most likely you're gonna pre-order this for 60. If you're gonna have to wait a while before you get the DLC, because if you don't like the game, you're gonna have to either return it. If you're like me who only buy digital games, can't return it, which sucks. So I'm not gonna take the chance and buy it. But if Black Ops is worth it in your book, as I'm gonna point out again, it's a fast-paced, close quarters combat game. It's don't come into Black Ops 4 expecting something different. No, you're not gonna get nothing different. Maybe different guns, maybe different skins for guns. It's the exact same guns, but different skins. But it's the same game over and over. It's close pace. It's close quarters combat at a very high pace. You're gonna need ridiculously quick reaction times for it if you want to be able to do good. Fred's talking about they remove the skill. I don't think you could remove the skill from it if you're a high skill player. Before in World War II, you're gonna probably wreck people when Black Ops 4 comes out. I think it's gonna be worth it mainly for the zombie content and hopefully an improved battle royale last man standing, basically last man standing content, because battle royale genre is basically washing up. Fortnite has reached its peak. It's not dying. It won't die because they're releasing content constantly, which is and have an event which is bringing people in, and at the same time people leave, they come back for the content. Once they finish the content, then they go back again, and then when new content come back, that's something to keep the game alive. I don't know if Black Ops 4 will attempt to do that. Will attempt to have different events, different content besides the DLC they're going to charge you a pound a crown for. But at the end of the day, it's up to you guys. We're going to be wrapping up here. Me, Fred, and Cantus, we're probably going to stream after the free PSN game, Dead by Daylight. God, I'm going to cry. But, we'll be doing that after. At the end of the day, our verdict is, for me, Black Ops 4 is definitely worth it if you're into fast-paced close quarters combat. Fred?
If you want to see $60 for the same, by all means, then you go ahead and spend your money. But if you want improvement, if you want make quality great again, oh my god, I just said make quality great again, then the first step is to not buy it. So my verdict is save your money. It's not.
Yep. Black Ops doesn't look worth it. Alright, that's it, guys. We'll see you around. See you later for the next stream, right, Max?
Yeah, so guys, I hope you enjoyed the stream. We were giving our perspectives whether it's worth to jump into this beta. I certainly am not going to buy the beta. I'm sorry, buy the game just to get the beta. I'm not gonna waste my money, and that's if I buy the game at all. But that's just my opinion. But don't forget, guys, you can check us out next week for another game talk, and we'll have a new topic for you. But later tonight, we're gonna go some spookiness tonight. Let me just take down the music here for a sec. Yeah, we're gonna go spooky tonight, and we're gonna check out what is on PlayStation Plus is Dead Before Daylight, and yeah, so you can join us out right after the stream. Check out the Brothers of Steel. So this is your truly Maximus, Forsaken, and Alfred. We're out for the hour.